Hey guys, this is the third part of the Let's Code series. In last part, we have discussed and tried out the interactive Python interactive shell. So today, what we are gonna do, we are gonna level up and learn about data types. So if you guys don't know about the interactive shell, you can actually go back to the second video of the series and check it out. In this video, we are still going to use interactive shell, and maybe for coming next 3-4 videos, we will be going to use interactive shell only, because you can actually write your code right away and check how it's working, and see the output right then and there. So let's start. So we will do first we will do Python. And if you see here, I am in the interactive shell. Let me make it bigger. Okay. So what are data types exactly? So data types is a category for values in Python. So and in almost every other language, programming language that we use. And every value in a data type belongs to exactly one data type. So what I mean, if I have two numbers, where one with the decimal and one is the just a number without a decimal point, if they are same, still they will be considered two different data types. I will show you the example. So before we jump into the example, let's see how many data types are there. So there are actually three data types in Python. First is string. Second is integer. Third is float. So let's discuss it one by one. What is a string type? A string data type is anything that we put underscore under the quotes. So if I write here, hi, I am a new developer. Okay. So this is a string. Anything, if I write like 99 is my favorite number, it's still a string. Now if I say I weigh 76.33 kilograms, it is still a string. Now if you want to check if it is actually a string, what we can do is write type. Then I will just do this, command C, command V. See, it is a string. So now let's go to the second data type, which is integer. If I say 44, okay, 55, okay. So these are actually the integers. How can I check that? Right, if I said 55 integer, okay. So these are actually integer type. Now as I said, there's one more data type which is called float. Let's explore what float is. So if I say 42.0, okay, and if I say 42.0 is equals, we will come to the operator in our next video. So just would like you to know, this is a comparison operator. It will check for the comparison between two numbers, two variables, two variable values. Okay. So if I say 42.42, yes, it's true. It is checking if this value is equal to this. Yes, it is equal. But if as I said, each data type, each value belongs to a single data type. So if I see type of 42, it's int. Type of 42.0 is float. Right? So they are equal, but their type does change. So this is about the data types. Now we will see how to convert integer data type to a string data type, or a float data type to a string data type. So now, before we do that, I just want you guys to make a note of it. We cannot add, subtract, or multiply, or we cannot do the operations, the mathematical operations on any of the data type until and unless it is those two data types are same. So let me show you how. So if I say 42 into a string of 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, 42, right? Why this? What I'm doing is I'm doing the integral multiplication on a string data type, right? So it is actually letting me do this. Now if I do something like this, string of 42 to 42, whoa, you cannot multiply sequence by non-int type of non-int of type string. So on the mathematical operations you can only perform, so all the operations you can perform only on integer, on there should be either of the values should be an integer. So if I say something like that, 42 into 42.0, see here, it actually does the math. The math is correct. Now if I do 42 into 42, it does the math correct, right? So if you see this, right, it actually explains how the data type works. Now if, let's say, someone says I want to add 42 plus string of 42. Oh, I'm sorry. So my bad. It's 42 plus string of 42. Unsupported operand types for int and string. So how will I do that? So what I will do is I will say str value of 42 plus 42. See, what I did here is I did the type conversion of this particular number. Earlier 42 was an integer, and I just did is string of 42, the integer 42, convert it to string, and then add it to this, right? So earlier, just a few seconds ago, I said you cannot do mathematical operations until and unless they are the same number or either of the number is an integer. But here is an exception. If you have the strings, if you see here, if you do have the strings here, both of them are strings, you can perform this. Only the addition operator. If I do this, let's say I do this, and instead of doing this, I do this. What it will do? Oh, you see here, negative or unsupported operation for this. Now, what if I do something like this? Oops, you see here. So, what is happening here? It is actually a mathematical operator, but when you're adding two strings, it actually works as a concatenation operator, or it is a concatenation. It is used for concatenation. So what concatenation is? So concatenation is basically you're adding two strings, or if I say, let me give you a quick example. If I say row underscore number is equals to 100, right? Name equals to Jason, right? So now if I want to say name plus row underscore number, oops, you see here, concatenation string, not integer, to string. What that means, if you only can concatenate an integer string to a string. In case of if these values are integer values, they would just add. Let's try working out with this error. Let's rectify this error. So if I say roll underscore number, or so name plus str value of roll underscore number, wow, see, JSON 100. Just forgot a space between it. So that is something we can do, change later on. So if you see here, JSON 100 is, oh, this thing got added, but how? We just actually converted this integer to string. Now let's see what happens. So if I say, if I add another variable with this age equals to 15, right? Now if I do this roll underscore number plus age, whoa, what this happened? It actually added up. Why? So what it actually does, so when it's in case of string, if you're using plus, it will not perform any of the mathematical operation. Okay, it will just only concatenate those two strings. But in case of an integer value or in case of a non-integer value, uh, in case of a decimal value, it will actually let you do the mathematical operations on top of it. So I hope you guys understood what data types are and what is string concatenation. If you guys have any questions and comments, if you guys like it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe the channel, and I always welcome all the comments you might have. And please do tell me if there's a need of improvement. I will always be happy to do that. So I will see you guys again. Till then, goodbye.